hey, somebody's watching them. I mean, I get more hits on views than just my subscribers, so that's cool. All right, so Get Orphan. I think I left off on him. I don't think I talked about him. And he's got a great page here. Very interesting. I like how he's got a Waiting for Godot tape up here as his favorite. And got a lot of cool favorites. So thanks. Says he sort of likes watching reruns of the Match Game. That's a classic. I'm old enough to remember when that show was on. Okay. Americano Latino. Now this guy, I've talked about him before. This guy's great. It all started when he would post comments to my very first rant, my very first actual official Citizenkong video on Michael Savage. And at the time I was, I got all fired up because Savage is always talking about, how he hates gays and everything. And then later he says, oh no, he loves everybody. Oh, nonsense. He just calls them names and perverts and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, American Latino, it all started with him, accusing me of like having a twisted mind and, taunting me. And after a while, lo and behold, he's a subscriber. And we've exchanged personal messages before, and he's a good guy, okay? And he still posts a lot of comments to, and forgive me, Americano Latino, for not replying to every one of your comments. But your last one where you said, what is it about Rush Limbaugh I don't like? There's just too many reasons to respond. First of all, he's a hypocrite. If you really, going on about the morality, he says his intelligence is on loan from God, if that's anything that's pompous. He thinks he's really funny, but he's not. He takes bits from Firesign Theater, which were a bunch of hippies, and uses it like, oh yeah, this is conservative humor. Plays the Pretenders for his bumper music. Chrissy Hind hates him. I could go on and on. And he really will not let anybody call into his show that disagrees with him. He really will not take on a fair debate. And I'll have to grant it to Michael Savage, Michael Weiner, that he will. And I don't know about his producer, what they do, how well they screen the calls, but he will take on an opposing view. Of course, he's in control. He can shut the guy down anytime he wants, but I've only ever heard Rush Limbaugh do that once, and he accused the man of being a liar because the man slipped in, lied to the producer, said he was a ditto head and was in agreement with everything. And then once Rush figured out that he was there to debate him or disagree with him, cut him right off. The man's a coward and a hypocrite because he did go on welfare at one point in his life. I'm citing Al Franken's book, but I don't see anybody suing him, disagreeing with that Rush Limbaugh did go on public assistance at one point in his life, and hell, a lot of us have, Granted, I did at one point, low point in my life. I borrowed some money from the government, paid it back, okay? But to belittle people that need a handout every now and then is just, what an ass. No offense, Americano Latino. I know you like the guy, but if you respond to comments and you're citing the Drudge Report or Rush or Hannity or any of those guys, I'm just going to kind of laugh. I mean, at least maybe pick out a conservative rag that has some respect, like, I don't know, the American Heritage Foundation. I don't respect them, but at least they have some credentials of some sort. They get invited to the proper talk shows. I mean, the real shows where there's real debate. No, Rush never shows up to those. Michael Savage never does, because they're just blowhards, And I'm sure their answer is, I'm never invited. Well, because you don't have any legitimate, creed with the intellectual crowd. Okay. Oh, I said it, intellectuals. All right, enough of that. But welcome on board, Americano Latino, and he's a good guy, Former liberal himself, and But I think he said decided the make or break issue for him was the abortion debate, and that's what cited me to make my one video and then a response to the abortion issue. And any of you that have been following that know how I feel about it, and I don't like talking about it. You know, I mean, it's one of those things where I really would like to be on the fence.